I don't think this is working again. Do what? You can hear me? Okay. For some reason, okay. So if you can hear me, then that's all that matters. Yeah. So I figured, kind of like last time, I'd open up some figures, even though I didn't get to open any figures last time. And if you guys want to chat about anything, uh, I will tell you what I was kind of thinking, and you can tell me if y'all experience this in y'all's toy stores, or not toy stores, but like Walmart and Target. Um, I know our group or our chat group on Twitter or X, whatever it's called. We're talking about like how all the toy aisles you can't see, like you're seeing less and less and less and less. And Rick said he walked into his toy aisles in Target, and it was like completely empty, like they were going to be doing away with the toy aisles. And just it seems like they're doing further and further away with the toys, and that it may become just online only, because most of these places have some type of subscription base uh, set up, whether it's Mattel or it's Hasbro. Get the sucker out of there. Uh, that we're seeing more and more of that. Uh, and so just I didn't know if y'all guys are experiencing the same thing, or if that's something that y'all wanted to, you know, talk about, if you're experiencing it. But basically, just figured I'd finally open some toys. If you guys wanted to chat, then we can chat, or if y'all had any questions. I can't get the snarf head on. I've already broke it. You don't even go to toy stores? Yeah, I mean, I used to go like every Saturday morning. I would hit up all the stores. So this is like whenever Toys R Us was around. I'd hit them up 2 times a week. I'd hit up Walmart and Target at least once. Um, and we had like another kind of like toy store here as well. And I'd hit them up, or we had Hastings too. And so, Hastings eventually they closed. They turned into a Sprouts, some kind of uh, market or whatever uh, for like groceries or organic groceries or something like that. So Hastings left, and then Toys R Us closed down. Because I used to do those like little toy hunting videos and stuff when there were toy stores or stores that had toys in them on the toy aisles to videotape, and like they would get stuck in like all the time. So like those were interesting and people watched them. Those are probably some of my most watched videos. Uh, and then I quit doing them because like Hastings went away, Toys R Us went away, and I'm like, it seems pointless to just go through and be like, hey, toy hunting, here we're at Walmart and here we're at Target. And those are really the only two locations I have, except for like a couple specialty shops, which I guess I could show those because they're my own shops that are in town that they deal in like magic cards and Dungeon and Dragons. So like they have a big base set up there that they hold like every Friday night or something like that. But they sell comics and all that type of stuff. So I guess if y'all guys wanted, I could show those. Go in there and talk with them, be like, hey, you don't mind if I like videotape or whatever, kind of show them the store and stuff like that. So, because there's some interesting things in there, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know anything about, like Dungeons and Dragons, uh, and card games. I wonder if this is coming through the headset or not. But I could do that. But as far as like it just being Walmart and Target, and then they stopped getting like stuff in, it seemed like doing the toy hunting videos for that in my local area didn't make much sense. Um, but now you go to like those stores and go grocery shopping once a month, and there's nothing there. Like it's kind of pointless. And then anything that I would have gotten, I've already got it in my pile of loot from like BBTS or some other place. So it doesn't make much sense to wait and buy it on the case that maybe these stores eventually get it, which majority of the time they don't. So this Snarf character from Super 7, one, I don't see how you're supposed to get this little satchel on him. If it's supposed to go over it, I thought it was supposed to go over his head. I feel like I'm going to break it next, but I've already broke the figure. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so he comes with another tail. I guess I'm gonna have to use that. There was this tail, which it looks, I don't know. It came in the package like this, where it was stuck to the bottom, and you pull the head off, and I was like trying to get that other head on there. That was really tight. So in hindsight, I would have just left the head it came on the figure on it and just left them alone. It doesn't really come with any accessories except for the sort of omens and the glove or whatever, gauntlet, whatever it's called. I guess I could super glue that. I mean, it kind of fits in there still because there's like maybe it's not broken up. It looks like it's not supposed to come apart, but if I press it in there, then it just stays in there. So I guess it'll be fine. I'd rather not mess with them anymore. So if you do get the Thundercats Super 7 Snarf, if you like the head he comes with, then just leave that on there. But even with this part, like you can take this off, and he comes with another tail, which would probably be another nightmare. Unplugging this and plugging the other one in, uh, that he can just like set down on the shelf. But I thought that looked kind of cool, so I'll probably leave him like that. Let's see. So, you guys get anything new in Anything that you've been excited about? I've got. What do you? I know last time, and it was a few months ago that I was supposed to like open a bunch of my GI Joes, and I never got around to opening one because we had a pretty busy chat and they're all asking questions. So I never, yeah, I just sit there and was answering questions, and I was cool with that. But as far as Joes now that I have to open, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got like 41. I think there's more Joes over there. 40, at least 41 GI Joes to open. You haven't got anything in lately? You know what I did get in? The Batmobile from McFarlane, and it came with the Michael Keaton figure Batman, and I was, excited to get it until I opened it, and it doesn't look like it looks like on the box. So it kind of did that thing where it's glossy and it's a black background on the box, and then when you open it up, it's not as black and shiny. It looks like cheap plastic, and the wheels don't turn. I thought the wheels would have turned at least, even though he's not driving it or anything, but like it's just straight. So the four wheels stationary, uh, like the guns don't flip open or anything. Has a button that you push to lift the canopy forward. Uh, but it's pretty basic. I mean, it wasn't expensive that I remember. I think with the figure, I think it was like $70 or something like that, or 80. Just one of those things to where if I would have seen it in person, like how Toys R Us used to do those display models, like here's what it looks like put together, and it was supposed to hype you up, to see it all, put together, the way it's supposed to look whenever you get it home, and all the stickers on it and stuff like that. I know some Toys R Us did that. I don't remember if KB Toys did that at all, but I know that Toys R Us used to in some of their stores, not all of them. And if they would have had this Batmobile displayed with it open and put together, I wouldn't have bought it. So here's another case. I like the head. Red Toro. Like it's just this is the head that people are gonna want to put on there. Just go ahead and put them in there out of the box. Does his mouth open at all? It looks like his mouth could open. Maybe not. I guess why would the mouth open if you've got a open mouth head here? Okay, he was much easier. Hello, Deadpool fanatic. Yeah, you know what? I'll grab. Let me get this head on this guy. I think that's on there. Yeah. So let me grab the Batmobile. I don't know how well it's going to come across screen, but I'll show you real quick. All right. So I'm trying to figure out where to put this thing. So here's the box, and I don't know how well it's going to come across on camera, but it's all shiny. They have a nice gloss on the box. You know, it looks cool. You look at it up here to where this kind of looks dull, but you can see how this is done where the Batman and Batmobile is more shiny and has a gloss to it. And so you look at that, and those are the pictures you see online. You're like, that looks cool, you know, and it looks really well done. And I'm not saying it's a crap or anything, but then when you get it, the plastic just looks dull. You know, like there's I don't know. It looks kind of cheap, and like I said, the wheels they don't move. So it's stuff like that to where you could go in, and I don't believe anywhere on the box or whenever you go to buy these things that it says, you know, wheels don't move. You know, that's not really a selling point. So I guess, you know, that's why they don't put it in there. But it's something to where I would want to know, you know, just four stationary wheels. So you're just going to have that one axle like a Hot Wheel, you know. Uh, I wasn't expecting it, you know, but it was like, you know, this is just, you know, stationary. Everything's stationary. I wasn't expecting any panels to flip open, but I was like, oh, the guns, you know, like I've got a smaller scale one that I can pull out and show you that it looks awesome. The canopy, there's this button right here that you push and it kind of pops it up and then you just slide it up. Even this canopy, you can see, you know, it doesn't feel solid. Like the Batmobile, it feels solid, but this feels like something that you could easily break. I know if my nephew came over here and messed with this for a little bit, not even a little bit, just trying to get this off, that just sliding it back, that he would instantly break it. But you know, the inside of it, you know, I guess doesn't look too bad. You fit your little Batman figure in there and pop that back down. It's not terrible. Like I said, one of those things where I was like, you know, someone that collects Batmobiles and Batman stuff, and I've got the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Batmobile coming in. I don't know, whenever it comes into Sideshow, that's who I ordered it from. Uh, I'm gonna have that in here, and I have other Batmobiles to where this is probably the worst one. Even the ones where that I have are smaller. I don't know what scale they are, but they're smaller and they look better than that one. And if I would have known what I know now about that one, I wouldn't have bought it. So this guy's pretty hefty. I'm gonna have to warm up his joints. Let's see what accessories I want to throw in here. I think both of those can hold that. Yeah. So plan on opening some GI Joes. Do y'all have any Joes that y'all want to see before others? I've got new ones and old ones from the classifieds that I haven't opened yet. Guess it's just slides. Down. Jazz Inc. could miss out on it if it's a hit. Jazz Inc. Is that a Batmobile? Let me see. Oh, it is a Batmobile. Let's see what this. Oh, is it 1966 Batmobile? Okay, so it's 1/6 scale. Okay, so let's see, maybe 1989. So 1989 Jazzy Batmobile, 1500. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, so like the 1/6 scale, I expect more, and you're paying more money for it. I guess for the sheer size of the yeah, so 89. Yeah, so 1/6 scale, I expect those things. This is whatever scale, like for 7 inch. So what would it be, 1/12 scale, or something like that. I didn't expect all the bells and whistles. I'm not expecting light up features, but I've seen before. Let's see if I can grab one of my smaller Batmobiles. So this is a what is it? A Hot Wheels, and so it's got it's die cast. So I didn't expect that to be die cast, but it's got rubber wheels. The wheels turn. Uh, Obviously, opening canopy. Okay, whenever you turn the wheels, the steering wheel turns as well. Again, wasn't expecting that. Just was wanting it to turn like this. I would have thought would have been nicer. Uh, this being die cast, it's a lot easier to you know make it that shiny look to where that one looks like cheap plastic. I guess if that's the only big Batmobile and you're not going to be able to get a 1/6 scale, I guess it's passable. But just one of those things I wouldn't have got. Like this has the flip up guns, so this is a really nice Batmobile. Forget what else it has. None of the side panels. Oh yeah, the engine compartment can come out. So this is a solid one. The back, and I forget if it has lights or anything. May have lights as well because it looks like there's two compartments down here for batteries. I've just, I guess, never put the batteries in it to light it up, but like this one's really solid. It's heavy too. This one is heavier than that one. So, have you already got has the Jazz Ink one come out yet? I saw it was sold out. How does that go? These accessories are really detailed, but God, they don't make them easy to put together. Oh, you get it in December? I forget when the Hot Toys one comes in. don't know if I'm doing this right. Let's go up through there. Okay. So this guy, he didn't turn out too bad. Pretty solid filling guy right out of the packaging. Nothing too tight. It's not too loose. Yeah, that's what I like. Do you collect any of the turtles? Not just the Super 7, but any of the NECA ones either? Because I collected the NECA Toons and the movie turtles from NECA. I think I'm selling off the Toons. They're just, I never want to handle them. They're way too fragile. Always feel like I'm going to break them. They also did away with the mailer boxes. I noticed that. Missed out on all the turtles. You don't. Okay. I don't know if you've got any of the Joes lately. I hate this. This is how they come packaged now. Usually this guy's the figures or whatever, they're wrapped in they're not even like this. They're like wrapped in plastic, or not plastic, paper. And then you get all their accessories, like they're not in a clamshell anymore. They come in this box, and then you open the box, and your accessories are in this paper bag. It makes it harder to store, because sometimes you're not going to be able to use all the accessories. So it's easy whenever it comes like this. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to use, because let's see, we got 2 sets of goggles here. We're not going to be able to put both sets of goggles. He's got all these additional hands. We're not going to be able to put all the additional hands. So on something like this, I like to keep the box, because let's say I fall on hard times, or I decide I want to get out of this line, or I want to downsize or something like that. Like I'm going to be doing with my Star Wars, some of the Star Wars figures where I was troop building in 3s, which I don't know why I did that. I should have either done 2 or 4. So I'm going to be selling, those editions, and getting rid of some other Star Wars stuff that I don't like. But it's nice to have this clam, so I can be like, when I pull out the box, I'm like, all right, figure goes in there. The weapon he was equipped with goes there, and I can double check and be like, there's a spot for a weapon. It's there, or it's not there. I see what it looks like. I need to put that weapon in there. To where they come like this, and I don't know. Even whenever you go, if I was to resell it, it makes it harder to have and be like, all right, let's pull the box out, because you can't see it, because there's not that window there anymore to where you can just look at it and be like, figures there, nothing looks broken, all the accessories look there, nothing looks broken. Instead, if you were to buy this, let's say I was at a convention or something, and you're like, I want this, it's like, okay, just for this, it should be a $20 or whatever, and be like, I want that, pull it out, it's all there, or you can see it on the through the window, it's all there, $20, quick sell, right? Now something like this, $20 would be like, all right, figure, and because I'm going to cut them free here. You're going to pull them out and be like, he's just going to be rattling around in the box. Yeah, all right, he's there. The accessories, I'm going to have to cut this open and then tape it over, so just to keep the extras in there. So you're going to want to pull out this box, then open this up, take the tape out, count the accessories, look on the back of the box, make sure they're all there, and then be like, it's all there. You know, where it should have been I guess, a quick sell. And I know it's not, they don't package them intending for resale, but that happens, you know. So with most collectors, I would think not everyone keeps everything they ever buy. Uh, I know some people. I was talking to my brother about this yesterday when we went out to eat. Uh, I was like, you know, some collectors out there, I was like, they get something and you know they'll rotate their stock in their collection, and then the old stuff they're like, it's not being displayed, but I still want it. It's part of my collection, and then they'll put it in a box and then go put it in storage, and that's where it goes. I was like, not me. And obviously, you know, I got another room that I could put some collection in and stuff, but I'm like, no, I want all my collection in this one room. And if it doesn't fit in this room, then I'm not going to be able to keep it. So, and then I'll sell stuff off that I'm not interested in anymore. There's no put it in a box and just save it, and then I'll rotate stock and stuff because I'm not a store. I don't care about, I don't want to rotate stock. Put all the stuff out that I like, brings me enjoyment, sell the stuff that I'm not interested in anymore. Uh, so, I mean, there's different collectors. I happen to be the one where I'm like, I have 19 deep toffs and some other space. If it doesn't fit in here, I need to figure out what I don't care about the most. So, so like the turtles, like the NECA Toon Turtles. I was looking at them. I'm like, I like Ninja Turtles. I like the Ninja Turtle cartoon. I think the figures look cool, but every once in a while they fall over, or just even out of the package when I bought them brand new, they've broke, and I've had to return them, and then I have to worry about trying to find them again because for some reason they like NECA and Target. They like to, hey, you know, if it's hard to find, then you know the demand's high. You know, so we're a cool brand. I'm like, no, it's just very limited stock. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Uh, and I was thinking, I was like, I saw some new ones this weekend when we went to Target, and I'm just like, I'm not. I didn't even think about buying them. Like they had Rex the robot and some turtles that like different outfits, and uh, like even when they had the the kids or whatever, the space kids, was it Neutrons or something? I forget what their name is. That's one reason why I didn't care about them. Like I didn't even think about buying them. And I was thinking, I was like, when's the last time that I bought a NECA cartoon turtle? And it's been a long time. So I was like, that's something that I obviously don't care that much about. And I'm always scared that they're going to break. So it's like, while they're still together and I've got all the pieces, I got the boxes, I should probably get rid of them. So uh, the other thing on these is when I was doing these accessories, like sometimes they'll get stuck at the top, and so I'll cut around the on the line, and then you got to pour them down. You got to make sure you have a clean counter space, which I don't necessarily have here. Um, and then you got to go through, count them, because then I was like, I'm missing one, and then it was like stuck in a fold back here behind the package. Just little things that are annoying. So whether you intend to resell it or keep it, it's not collector friendly. So like I feel like the packaging got cheaper, but the prices went up. So like if they were just like, hey, prices are going up, but they kept the same packaging, then it's like, okay, you know, everything else is going up. I understand. But it's like you went back on the packaging, and now you just get this and all its little bits and pieces, but the price also went up. That doesn't make much sense. Also, there's collectors that are not like me that I was even telling my brother that I was like, they don't open the box. Like they buy it, this is what they collect. In mint, sealed in the box. That's what they care about. And like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But I'm like, wouldn't you like to see the actual figure like in the window, you know, or part of it? I'm not seeing the whole thing. Uh, so that's something as well. And you got to figure out where all these accessories go. There's no instructions at all. Sometimes they're pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes uh, you're just looking all over the figure and you're like, this goes somewhere. So see, he's got two gauntlets, two nunchucks, two kind of katana looking things. Okay, one knife. GI Joes are. Oh, and he's got a. Okay, his bandana is in his accessory thing. Yeah, so this is I guess his nunchucks go in the back. All right. I like it when they can equip all their accessories. What's the best way to do these nunchucks? Up or down? They're bendy little things too. So let's see. That's all you can do right now is box collecting because you have no setup. I understand that. But if you did have like a setup to where like you could display stuff or whatever, like would you be an out of box? Like would you open your stuff, or are you just like so used to it and just like in the box, like that's your jam, Like I'm not saying one way's better than the other, because we all like different stuff. Like like I like certain food that you may not like, uh, just like you like collecting certain ways, and I like collecting certain ways. There's no right or wrong way for it. But, okay, this is why doing these Joes, God, they take so long. You got to bend all their joints, make sure that nothing's stuck a certain way with their arms, and then put all their accessories on. I mean, I guess it's kind of fun too if you didn't have so many to do at the same time like I do. But you start getting into you got like 60 figures to do. Well, I got Star Wars and other ones to do. I've got a lot of gargoyles. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. I got 11 gargoyles to open up, which unfortunately those are NECA as well. Does it does it say whether it's his right hand or left hand? I would open a few things, but it depends on how good the setup is because I would open everything. See, and so this goes back to like if you did open stuff, that means you're not going to have as much room because it's going to be a lot easier to collect those things and put them in box and have them like that. Uh, or at least I think it would be. Um, some stuff probably not, but uh, I have no idea if this is the right hand or not. I think this is the correct hand. Maybe it's not. But then you're in the situation to where now you got to get rid of some stuff. You know, you're not going to be able to collect as much because you have to get rid of some stuff. Like, would you be able to get rid? Like, look at what you have if you had it all out of box, and let's say you had to get rid of 10% of it. You know, would you be able to look at your collection and be like, easy, that's the 10% I would get rid of? See, because right now, I'm looking around, I'm like, well, one of them, I'm changing what I'm collecting about it. Um, like whenever I ordered that Hot Toys Batmobile, I was like, there's only one place in the room where it can go and not look like you ran out of room here. And that's where I had the Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain by the window, and that's the only place it would go. So therefore, I need to sell Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. You know, which it took me a second, to where, or, longer than that. I thought about it, I'm like, I love those. They look awesome. I had the originals when I was a kid, uh, but I was like, I could make, I can make at least what I put into them and probably more. And they should be pretty well demand. Now, if I go to a convention, is someone going to have that type of money to throw down on those things and be able to haul them off right then and there because of their size? Maybe not. We might have to work on something uh, to meet up at another time or something like that. But uh, because it's not like picking up an action figure. But those are something that I was like, all right, get rid of those. Now, if I'm getting rid of those, um, what do I need all these vehicles for? Because I have all the vehicles for Master Universe Classics. So I was like, all right, get rid of all those. Uh, Overwatch, I don't even play that game rarely anymore. Like it's not even on my like games. I would have to re-download it, and they never finish their line anyway. So I'm like, those figures can go. So the Hasbro ones, I have some SH Figure Arts ones, like those can go. Um, the other thing was like, want to make some more room over by the Transformers shelf. And I was like, I got those Masters of the Universe. I have the Filmation Classics ones. And I'm like, they look good. Like, other than Mondo doing their 1/6 scale stuff, probably never get as good as those figures from the Masters of the Universe Classics Filmation versions. Like, but then I started, like, when's the last time that I've gotten or they've released a figure for that line? And I'm thinking it's been over a year and a half, maybe longer. Like, I haven't added anything to that shelf and have been so desperate to add something to it and get some more figures that I started buying some of those Revelation ones. And as soon as I did that, I opened them up. I was like, these don't look right on this shelf. So I immediately was like, I need to sell these. Um, and I was like, you know what looks good, and they're just starting off is those Origin Master Universe Filmation, or I guess they're calling them cartoon figures, and they're just starting off with it. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, those look good, and they more represent Master Universe being that 5.5-inch scale, or I guess close to 6-inch or whatever, uh, than the classic size. And I'm like, and they're like $20 a piece, where these ones were like when they were brand new, like 60, a piece. And then if I go, I have all the boxes and the shipping boxes for them too, and all complete, unbroken. I'm like, I could turn around and sell each one of these figures for probably no less than $100 a piece. So I'd have to look up and see what they're going for. But I'm like, that me getting rid of Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain to make room made it easier for me to be like, get rid of the vehicles and probably get rid of that line too. Plus, I'll be able to make probably pretty good money back on it. And then the Overwatch is like, I'm not going to make any money on that, but there's no reason for it to have its own shelf. It's not even complete. There's not all the characters are on there from when the first game came out, much less all the new characters. So by not opening it, it is easier to sell and get some profit. That is true. Yeah. So I never opened my first Hot Toys from 8 years ago. 89 Joker. What? Dude, those look so awesome though. So all this time, I've opened 2 Thundercat figures and 1 GI Joe. Got him fully accessorized. He looks good. Luckily, I don't have to keep any additional accessories in here. But like, this is how you would store them. Like, you put this paper. I would tape it back up or get a Ziploc bag and put it in there. And then you have the little things you have to cut, which are a pain in their own right, and they leave crap on the floor. You got to vacuum later. But yeah, like if I was to resell this, like as soon as I opened it, I mean, we're not talking about $100 figure here. Like paid what, $25. If I was to resell them, like even like I don't play with my figures, but just bam, I put the accessories on them. I'm not even going to really pose them that much. I'm just because I'm going to stack figures all around them, basically like I have back here. I'm even probably going to have to put his arms down just so I can fit someone in front of him. And probably the most I would probably put $20 on them. And then someone, like if they wanted to buy 2 Joes from me and be like, will you do 2 for 30 or something like that? But I would probably say, yeah, so to where if he was still in the box, I'd probably put 25 on him because, hey, you're going to pay 25 or 26, 25.99 for it new. It's new here. You're going to pay tax. You're also going to pay it to be shipped to you. So all in all, you're looking at 30, sell it for 25. And then if they offered you 20, okay, deal done, so you're probably making about $5 more by just keeping it in the box. If we're talking about, brand new figures that are, still available, like you can go, I'm pretty sure you can go on BBTS and go find this figure right now, brand new, so. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's open some of the old ones. So, no, Tiger Force. I don't want to open Tiger Force. I'm not necessarily sold on whether I'm going to keep these Tiger Force things. That's more troop builders. You know what? I want to open some troop. These are all troop builders. These are. Oh, I've been wanting to open this one, actually. And like, I'm just now opening this. This girl, she's on clearance at Target right now. So I saw, was it Python Patrol, Copperhead or something? Like he was on sale. The thing is, like, now that they've jacked the prices up, like their clearance is $20 or whatever, or $19. It's like that's what they always were. So to me, it's like, the clearance prices are basically, just back to normal prices. I did open one day. I got them all on the ground over here. About 60 other Joes, maybe more than that. It took me I think it took me like 4, close to 5 hours. Just making sure you're bending everything, get all the accessories, and then accessorize them and all that stuff. So yeah, because they come out of the box with freaking weirdo legs. So are you Toy Mafia, or I guess anyone can, are you just mainly a big Hot Toys collector? You hate opening the box and having to put it right back in the box for protection. Yeah, yeah. I my nephews, or at least the two youngest ones, the 5-year-old and the 1-year-old. This I this was the first Christmas I quit buying toys for my oldest nephew, which is like 10, because he was like the Christmas before this last one. Like I got him a huge, like sent him this huge box, and one, because he lives 2,000 miles away from me. Like to send him all these things, like the shipping was like $90, which is crazy. I'm like, wait, BBTS can send me like a huge box. I'm talking a huge $4, flat shipping or whatever. I know they have some kind of shipping, deal or whatever. I've shipped stuff before and it's never been that expensive. But whenever he got it in hand, like I was like, all right, here's this, some Star Wars or Master Universe or Transformers or whatever, and he was just like, oh, like he would say thank you, because he's a polite little kid, uh, but you could see like every Christmas you'd see that sparkle in his eye, like, oh yeah, yes, this is awesome. To where the Christmas before last, I guess when he was 9, just like, oh, thank you, I thank you so much. It's like something's lost there. So didn't do toys this Christmas. So I only have the two youngest to buy toys for. The 1-year old and the 5-year old. I get them the same thing. So they're all adult toys too. So I was like, you'll be able to, or some of them are kid toys. But what I'll do is I'll go through throughout the year and I'll check at clearance sections, Target, Walmart, Ollie's, whatever. Kids, they don't know when stuff came out. So if it came out, whatever, a few months ago, if it was released yesterday or it came out 6 months ago, they don't know any better. So it's like, hey, buying you this stuff, go through. I see stuff where it's a good deal. I can get several things because uh, basically buying them the same type of stuff anyway, whether it's Master Universe, Star Wars, Transformers, and stuff. And it's stuff that I know they'll like, and it goes with stuff that is the same scale, or I don't know what to call it. Like basically, like if I was buying them classified GI Joes, then I'm buying them more classified GI Joes. Where I did the same thing with the Star Wars. They're a little bit smaller guys, but like I'm able to where these ships, uh, they were going for like $30 at Walmart, Target when they were brand new, and then Ollie's got them, and then they were like $10 a piece or something like that, or $8 a piece. Or I forget. It was real cheap, or they were $40 originally and $10. They were marked down to $10. So I was like, well, hell, there's like 6 different ships here. So I mean, for the price that I'd be able to buy like one and maybe a couple figures, I can buy them the entire fleet and buy them all the figures for the same price. So that's when, when it came to Christmas, I was like, here's another toy and another and another and another and another, you know. So like I always go through and I'm like, all right, here's something that they would like. And so I pick it up and I save it all. And then whenever Christmas or birthday comes, like here's a ton of stuff. Like here's toy overload. you know. So that's the way I like to buy it. But anyways, I for Easter I gave the nephews a Hordak for their Masters of the Universe Origins little collections that they've been building up, and it was the Buzzsaw one. So I guess it wasn't like the regular Glios version. So my brother was trying to put together and mess with it or change out the stuff, and ended up breaking its chest apart. So it didn't turn out well. You collect a little bit of everything that's on that can gain any value, but Dragon Ball and Hot Toys. Dragon Ball Z. See, I've never been able to get into Dragon Ball Z. I remember in high school, I needed a shirt. Like something happened to where we might have been at like Six Flags. Something to where either I got wet or it was so hot because I'm in Texas. It got so hot during the summer that I just completely sweated through my shirt. It just had to buy a new one, for the day because that's how hot because we were outside. So we might have been at Six Flags or something. I'm not exactly sure, but uh, so I just went into whatever shop was close. I'm just buying something, and I'm just buying a shirt for the rest of that day. Not really looking for something like, because I'm kind of picky on what I wear or anything. So I'm like, I'm not necessarily going shopping here. I'm looking for like a $5 shirt that I can just throw on. And it was like this bright yellow Dragon Ball Z. I guess it was Goku. I don't know what their names are. So but Dragon Ball Z shirt for $5. It was the only one in my size in the clearance section. And I'm like, all right, get it, rip the tags off, whatever, shower off in the sink because that's what you have to do sometimes in Texas. Put the new shirt on. It was fine. I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I've heard about Dragon Ball Z, but you know, never watched the cartoon or anything. Is it supposed to be bent like this? That's another thing. Like, I don't believe there's any crossbows that are supposed to be arched like this. It's supposed to be like this, and these arrows are these strings back here. But because it's on a clamshell, it's all warped. Need a heat gun to fix it. Uh, but anyways, I bought that shirt and then went. I was like, whatever, I'll wear it whenever I need to. When I'm on the farm or whatever, I guess you call it you could call it a play shirt, or hey, I know that we're going fishing, you know, so I'm not like you're not wearing your nice clothes out there or stuff that you would normally wear out and about. So it'll be a fishing shirt, or I'm gonna mess with cattle, go wear that shirt. And I guess it was close to laundry, and I hadn't done laundry or something, so I wore it to school one day, and uh, I wasn't into collecting or anything then when I was in high school. So I probably could have made a bunch of new friends, but they were just like, "Hey, dude, you're into Dragon Ball Z." I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're like, "Oh, your shirt," I'm like, "Is that what this is?" Like, because it had like Japanese writing and then a Z, and I was like, I have no idea what this is, to be honest. So, uh, dude, I probably could have made some really good friends right then. Could have been collecting this whole entire time. God, I probably could have been a Dragon Ball Z collector. I probably would have hung out with them. Uh, this does not look right. You hated Dragon Ball Z for the longest time, but now you love it. See, people, I noticed that animes are getting more popular because Here's the thing. I don't know if it's a meme or if they're legit, like really like it, because I see stuff and some of them I think are funny. Trying to figure out the way this goes in her hand. Uh, I know that Evangelion, there's someone named Asuka, and like I see memes of her, and I think they're funny. But and then I know some of the friends that I play on with PlayStation on. One of them's into something called One Piece or something. He's like, you gotta watch it. You're just like 1,000 episodes behind. I'm like, I'm not watching it, dude. Uh, he tried to explain the whole thing to me. Oh no, you got to because of blah 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 or whatever, and this is awesome. I'm like, I'm just telling you, dude. I'm happy you like it, but I'm not watching it. Like as soon as you said it was like 1,000 episodes or 1,000 hours or something, like I forget exactly what it was. It was some. It was a lot. It was some number of either episodes or hours. And he goes, and they're still not done. I'm like, you lost me at 1,000 or whatever number, 1,200 or whatever number you said. It was it was so large that it immediately made me lose interest. So, but I guess that's the show that he's talking about, One Piece or something. Do, do I have that right? I guess this goes here. Dude, they got this thing set up to where you're going to instantly lose that arrow. Like it's just supposed to set on top. That sucker's going to be going quick. This is going to be an incomplete figure. Looks cool though. One figure on the G.I. Joes that I didn't think I would like, but it's probably one of my favorites. It's some chick, some female Joe, where she's got like these things that pop out of her wrist. I don't even know her name. I just think it looks badass. So that's something else I've already lost that arrow. Oh no, it's on there. Okay. Uh, I was like, man, that happened quicker than what I thought it was going to happen as far as losing that. Punched in there one more time. Uh, Something else. Our group chat was talking about is like if you make something cool and it's supposed to kind of go with something that you're collecting, like collectors, they'll try it because everybody thinks that you have to keep doing, and they do this a lot with movies. But before we get into that, we can talk about the action figures. Like like bought this guy just because of watching him all the time in GI Joe cartoon. Uh, Same thing with these Python patrols or you know the Cobra Ills. Remember seeing them and also seeing the figures. Nostalgia. Be like awesome. And have all the accessories and stuff. Hopefully, able to you know equip all of them. But not necessarily this chick, but like that other one. I don't even know her name. I don't know anything about her. I don't know if they just made this character up or she's been around for the past 20 years because I haven't been reading G.I. Joe comics since the 80s. You know, uh, nothing about her, but she looks amazing. So great character. I bought it. Or not great character, but great figure. I bought it. Can't tell if there's anything else in there. I think that's it. Yeah. So if you make something awesome, we'll buy it. And I'm not just saying as me collector, but I think most of us collectors are like that. Like let's say you like so Hot Toys Dragon Ball Z. Uh, they come out with like, hey, here's this new Dragon Ball Z character. There's no nostalgia attached to him. He's brand new, but he looks amazing. And I don't know if that show's still going on or not, but if it is, and he comes out in the show and he's got some awesome powers, and you're just like, dude, this dude's nuts, or chick is nuts, whatever, you'd buy it probably. More than likely, you'd buy it. So that's the one thing where uh, toys they do every so often, but Hollywood movie industry, it's like they don't want to give us anything new. And this guy I work with, he's all like, yeah, they basically all the studios are like, if it's not one of these old properties that we can just sell off the, like put butts in seats just because of the name, like they're doing with the superhero movies or doing Star Wars again or redoing Ghostbusters or Dune again or like even TV shows like they came back with MacGyver. I can't think of them all, but anyways, whether they're good or not, it's like come out with some new stuff. And he was like, they're not coming out with new stuff just because of it's an unknown property, so they don't know how much to invest or if it's going to do good, and they don't want to sink money into stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but people don't want to see the same thing over and over and over again. uh, at least that's the way I feel. So like some of these companies that like maybe they don't have a huge budget, they go out and but they have good writing. That's the thing, is we need more good writing. There's too many lazy writing. Retro Blasting, they did a or he did a video where he was talking about Star Wars, the Disney ones, and how like when they were on it was Jakku or whatever, and like the Millennium Falcon's just there. Like there's it's like it there just happens to be one of the most popular ships, or well-known ships in the galaxy, just sitting here, and the dialogue's terrible. Like it's just lazy writing all across the board, and they don't think that they need it. Like so, whenever they were like, "Yeah, we're going on a writer strike," and I'm like, "Y'all shouldn't come back," you know, like stay on writer strike. Maybe some new ones will come in, and then they can like try and write, because what we currently have, it's not good. So I don't know what the writer strike was about. Maybe the writer strike was about we want to write good material, and Hollywood was like, no, we want very bland. We're only selling on the name itself. So the twins Zartan Flint are the only Joes that you would buy. Oh, and Cobra. Oh, Cobra Commander. I got the. I don't know what to do with this. So it's the only carded one. This came with the His tank, which I'm selling the His tank because when I bought the His tank, I was like, I only want the figures. Like, I don't have room for that big old tank in here. Uh, I thought this was, I forget when they announced it, but I was like, oh, so that's carded. I was like, they've got to come out with this thing in a box at some point. And I was like, my card, I don't see, there's no scratches on it at all. Unpunched. They're probably all unpunched. So that's not probably a big deal. But this is like, it's perfectly straight. I was like, is this something that I should get graded and never open, just get it graded and get a high grade for it? It depends on, I guess, if other people are doing that. Because then there will be a standard, I guess, of like they start seeing a bunch of them come in and then they have a lot to compare to. and just wait for the box one to come out because I hate opening the carded stuff. Uh, I know that was probably meant to hang on the wall or display a certain way, but I didn't want to do that. Oh, what figures do we have here? Oh, okay. Let's do this guy. Firefly. For some reason, this is the second Firefly we've gotten. I think we've at least got one other Firefly. That's one thing I hate opening these guys. They have all these little plastic things that whenever I get up, I gotta vacuum immediately. Omega. Hello, Juan. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, you're good. Unfortunately, the link that I tweeted out a couple times, that's not even going to work anymore because apparently you guys couldn't hear me on that one. So I don't know if the sound's coming or my mic's coming through my computer or my headset. I think it's coming through my computer. Because I don't hear myself through my headset. This guy's kind of loose. But I've had it's all good. I've had issues with the streaming. So like whenever I did the last Cybercast, I went to ready to do the following Cybercast. This is almost a year ago. Let's see my videos live. My last Cybercast was April 1st of 2013. So a little over a year ago was the last Cybercast. The next week I went, I'm like, all right, next Cybercast. And I think we were doing like rankings of G.I. Joe vehicles or something at that time. And I had it all set up, ready to go. And I was using StreamYard, and it's like, all right, here's your account, set it up. So going through it like normally you do. And then it's like, can't connect to your YouTube. And I was like, okay, well, going through it, and it's like, all right, we're connected to your YouTube. Okay, so let's stream, and then go ready to stream. It's like, you have to connect to your YouTube. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna do this again, and it was a loop going through again. Same thing on my PlayStation. Try to stream on PlayStation every once in a while, and it was like, it says, all right, you need to authenticate it because prove that you are you. I'm like, I don't know. I've been streaming on this thing for 10 years, PlayStation and on YouTube. I don't know why it's giving me these problems. I don't know what changed. So I go through, and it's like, you got to prove you're you. Verify with your phone. You verify with your phone the number that's on the PlayStation. Put it in on your YouTube channel, or put it on your YouTube app. On your personal phone that we have on file for you. You're like, done. It's like, you're verified. So all right, PlayStation ready to stream on YouTube. It's like, you got to verify through your phone. Go on there. It says you're verified through your phone. Okay, let's stream. It's like, you got to verify through your phone. So it's this constant loop of, you got to verify, but I am verified. So what's the problem? So that's kind of why dealing with that I was like, dude, and I was already kind of tired of doing cybercasts anyway. I was like, I'll just be just done. But I still wanted to stream every once in a while or do something like this. I would have loved not necessarily do cybercast, but just kind of have a chat and invite Rick, Dalton, and Sport and everyone else, or you guys if y'all wanted to join too. Like I've never had a problem with that, uh, and just like had a big group chat like we used to, but like no screen sharing and looking at products and stuff because I got bored doing that. And it wasn't really relevant. Like at the very beginning, it made sense, but further as we, in years that we got, it didn't make as much sense. So, uh, but now I can't get a streaming service to work so that I can add other people. I can join if they're doing it, but I can't do it for some reason. Uh, is there anywhere I can find the Transformer Japanese collection for a good price? I'm trying to remember where I bought mine. Is it Shout Factory? Let's see. All right, so Shout Factory. I thought that's who did it. Am I remembering incorrectly? God, I don't want to save 10%. Uh, I mean, I would probably just look online. I mean, there's no dub stuff, so it's gonna be in Japanese with subtitles. So I guess wherever you can find it cheap, just buy it. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray or anything. The ones that I have are DVD. So who are the main characters, G.I. Joe? Because you're watching the 1980s G.I. Joe cartoon on Tubi right now. Dude, I've recommended Tubi to so many people. Um, like Megamus, I told him last week whenever I got off of Dalton's stream, we were talking about Korean movies. I'm like, dude, there's so many on Tubi, and I was like, you got to sign up for it. It's completely free, and it was like completely free, like no credit card. I'm like, nothing, dude. Just make an account, and then you're in. I was like, there will be ads every once in a while, but hell, you got ads with Amazon Prime now and Hulu, all the other streaming services, pretty much. So I was like, Tubi, they've got a lot of old cartoons like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I can't think of it, like Conan, like a lot of them. Cops is on there. Uh, so a lot of old cartoons. I think Denver the Last Dinosaur is on there, if I'm remembering that name correctly. Um, and a lot old ones too, like before time, like 50s and 60s cartoons are on there. A lot of Looney Tunes. So, and like I said, a lot of Korean movies that I love Korean movies. I think they're really good. Most of them, or at least the ones that I've seen. So, but who are the main characters? I mean, you have Duke Flint, Beachhead in there. I personally love um, Shipwreck. I couldn't think of his name real quick, even though he's one of my favorite characters. For the Joes, Shipwreck, I think his aces in that. Um, it just depends. Like they'll have Joe missions. So if you have an underwater thing, like you're gonna have like wetsuit, and other stuff. If you have like it's a snow theme episode, then you're gonna have snow job, and you're gonna have snow troopers and all that stuff. So it changes. But you got Lady J. Lady J is another one of my favorite ones. Uh, Scarlet's in there. So there's a lot. There's a lot of Joes, but just watching it, you'll kind of notice kind of who the main ones are, uh, and the bad guys, pretty much the same thing. You'll notice the main ones. They're pretty easily identified, and the rest are just troopers of some sort or vipers or whatever. So, have you watched X-Men '97? I have not. I have not watched any episodes. Rick keeps on telling me, he goes, "You got to watch it, or this week, this episode's gonna be so good." I'm like, maybe after they're done and they've completed it, maybe I'll watch it then. Uh, Firefly, man, he comes with so many freaking pieces, and it is a freaking nightmare to. All right, so do I have all the pieces of this dude? I mean, it's cool and stuff that you can take out the magazines and the silencer and put silencer on, but way I look at it, that's just more stuff to lose, man. Or sometimes the silencer, like they don't, whenever they make the holes. So one thing I hate, so this one seems fine, but sometimes like on little things like this, they don't drill the hole deep, or there's some plastic that comes over, and then the plastic it cools, and so it's hardened plastic on the inside, and so if it doesn't fit this little bitty thing in there, like I said, this one seems to be fine. Then you got to go get your own little drill piece and do it. There's just more stuff to do. So, uh, do I remember in humanoids? Yeah, I had a couple. I didn't have the big guys. I know that at conventions, people always collect the big guys. Where's it? Where's his knife go? On his hand. But I wasn't big into in humanoids. Watch Tubi mostly are Transformer cartoons like G1, Unicron Trilogy, and animated. Yeah, all those are on there. So I don't know if they have all the seasons or not. They may just on G1. Do they have all three seasons, or do they have that little 3 episode fourth season? I don't know if they have those or not. I think they have at least season 1 and 2 though. Okay, so this is supposed to go under. Some of the code names. So I don't know about then, but I know now that sometimes that if they're coming out with a character, and let's say they haven't named the character that name for a while, even if it, like, let's say it's GI Joe, but it's a Transformer figure they're coming out with, and they're about to lose the rights to Firefly, but they're like, hey, we've just come out, or I guess that wouldn't make much sense if they just came out with it, but for some reason, it was coming up to where they're going to lose the rights to the name, that they'll name a Transformer Firefly or something, just some random one, uh, just to keep the naming rights. So, I mean, I don't know how relevant that was back then since everything was new, but yeah, them both being Hasbro products, you can draw a pretty direct line there and be like, okay, that makes sense. It wasn't like it was Mattel doing it or something. Uh, I love to play with the Legos, even my 7-year-old cousins. So only have one Lego, or not one Lego, but like one Lego piece. or thing, right? My brother, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, bought it for me. I was like, it's cool, you know. I'm like, hey, how about? And he just moved to another city, still in Texas, but I mean, 4 or 5 hours away. He did live 4 or 5 miles down the road during this time. So 2 Christmases ago, he bought me the helmet for Boba Fett. I'm like, little brother thing, how about you come over, or I'll come over and bring it, and we build this thing together. And he was like, yeah, let's do that. It's happened one time. This is as far as we've gotten. I haven't put another piece on it. That's my Boba Fett helmet. I guess all these colors. I don't know why they went with all these random colors. I guess that was supposed to be easier for idiots like me to follow the directions. Be like this red block here, okay? They're not all green. Red block here. Um, so I guess I need to eventually just put it together myself. Because now that he's moved, that's not going to happen. Um, but yeah, that's the only Lego thing. And I was like, it's not like you gave me some huge ship or something to like a Millennium Falcon to where I'm like, I don't know where to put this, and I got to put this whole freaking thing together. That's something I would probably would have just kept in box then, because, but this it being like the little head or whatever, I'm on cool. I like Boba Fett. There's one of his helmets up there, little desk piece. Like it's Lego, it's Star Wars, little desk piece. It'll be a nice little touch, but right now it looks like crap because he's only come over to help me put it together once. So, fun fact: Chris Latta not only voiced Starscream but also Cobra Commander and Decomposed. I didn't know about the Decomposed one. Yeah, G1 forgot about Mondo figures too. Mondo. Oh, you collect the Mondo figures. I saw the Mondo had a sell with Master Universe figures. That Beast Man looks crazy, right? They had a Skeletor still there. I think Mondo was like, it's our, I don't know what they call it, like lost warehouse finds. Like, where did you lose it? So to me, all it is stuff that they held back in case something broke, so they could send out a new one. And then, like after a certain amount of time, they're like, now they're lost warehouse finds, where it's just this is the remaining stock that we were holding back. They were sold out, but they were holding that back to where if someone bought something and it broke and it's on them, then they can replace it, without being like, oh, we're going to make you another one at the factory or having to do a full refund or anything. So, but they had a bunch of that stuff in there that looked cool. Yes, TV has all 4 seasons. You checked yourself. Okay, that's good. I mean, season 4. I mean, it is what it is, right? Uh, you could either watch season 4. I still watch season 4. Like if I'm watching, you know, season 1 through 3, I don't mind going ahead and watching the 3 episodes of season 4. The American version. But I immediately go and watch the Japanese Headmasters because it's so much better. And Six Shot he's the boss in that. So, and you got characters in that weren't in the American release, I believe. Because, well, no, maybe they were. Because I was trying to think, I was like, I don't remember the monster bots in the American release version, but I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen it. Maybe they were. But you see them a little bit more in the Headmasters. Punch Counter Punch, he's more active in it. Six Shot is like the dude in the Headmasters. Japanese series. So that's one of the reasons I guess I like it. I thought the story was good too. Uh, I won't spoil anything since you're wanting to track it down and watch it on your own. Did I know GoBots came before Transformers? Yeah, yeah. What is this thing? Sometimes these figures they come with pieces. I have no idea what they go to. Okay, so these are like little landmines that stick on the side. I think. Again, it doesn't give you any directions, or at least show the backpack and be like, here's where everything goes. You just got to figure it out on your own. It's a classified series, so I guess they figured, hey, you're all adults, you're not idiots. You should be able to figure this out, but I don't want to spend 15 minutes with a figure just trying to figure out where stuff goes. All these little pieces. I don't even know what the hell this is. It's got a number 3 on it. Have I picked up any Studio Series 86 toys? Yeah, the Dinobots, those don't count, right? Or maybe they do. I don't know. Uh, Newest ones, the Ironhide and Ratchet. Was Braun? Was he in that box? I don't really pay attention to the boxes, to be honest. Like Dalton is the perfect person to talk to. Like if you wanted to be like, hey, do you remember Power of the Primes or this character? Was he in Power of the Primes or um, I don't even know what all the names, little, how every year they give them like a little sub name or whatever, Legacy or United or whatever, all that stuff. Like Dalton, he's perfect for that. Like you can be like that, ask him and he'll tell you what all it came from and probably what all came in the wave and stuff. Me, I'm terrible with that because I'm like, this is I'm looking for this figure. This is the correct version that I'm looking for. And then the Transformer boxes, because they are paper thin boxes and they're usually trash by the time I get them anyway, I just throw them away. So I don't pay any attention to the boxes. Uh, Toys you guys some Hot Rod. Okay, so then I got that Grimlock, the Sweep. Were they in the 86 box? Then I got those. Blur, Perceptor. Yeah, I got those. So, uh, dude, I don't. Oh, this is supposed to be like a little remote control for this little freaking go kart thing, maybe. Oh, and this can just hook to the bottom of his backpack. Okay. All right, fair enough. My I hate that. It's like brand new. Like I don't want them like perfectly tight. To where, but come on. I might have to get off here pretty soon. I've got the kittens. They're running wild in the house, and there's no telling what they're. Yeah, uh, that's why Toy Mafia keeps everything in the box and doesn't open it. He's like, dude, out of sight, out of mind. If I don't take it out of the box, I don't know if it has loose joints or not. I'm joking. That's not why he keeps it in the box, but uh, You can always tell people that, Toy Mafia. Be like, I don't. You can be honest with them. Be like, I don't have a single figure with loose joints out of my entire collection, and you would be telling the truth because you have no idea if they're even broken in there. How many kittens? Well, someone told me if they're under a year, they're still considered kittens, uh, but they're at least a few months old. I have two. They're black, male and a female. The male, dude, he is fat, and the girl, she's like a little daredevil. Like she'll jump from thing to other thing to other thing. And this morning I saw that she tried to make some crazy jump. Because I bought them this like this 5 level tower or something for the sunroom where they normally stay at, and I guess she must have been. I only saw like the tail end, like the landing or the attempted landing, but I guess she was at the top, and they are really far apart. And I guess she tried to launch herself off, and then I just looked over there, and I saw what she was trying to land on, and then she like hit the top part of it, or at least half her body did, and then it just fell like complete fell over. And I ran over there, and I was like, you know, what the hell is this? And she's just looking up at me like nobody saw that. But got those two kittens, and then we have it's like it's a feral cat. It's a stray feral cat, but like to where you couldn't even come around her, or and she would bite and claw you anytime you got close to her. But and she's a tortie, so they're already aggressive and crazy. Uh, that breed is. But like she eventually like warmed up more and more, and like one time, and this was before we got the kittens, like opened the door, and like she just walked in, like this was her place. And so now, and she's probably the most tame animal. And then we've got a dog, like a big dog. He looks like a Irish Wolfhound, but he's just a little bit smaller. He's still a really big dog, but just not pure blood Irish Wolfhound, so a little bit shorter. Uh, so we got him, we got the two kittens, and then we have this feral tortie, and like she's the most tame one. Like she'll go in and out of the house. She lives, I think, in some bushes in the backyard. Because whenever I call her, that's where she comes from, and she'll just come in the house. She'll come eat, drink some water. She'll come hang out, and like my other chair, that movie theater chair that I have in this room. Like I'll be gaming, and she'll just come over and then sit down in that chair and just chill. So I put like a towel and a cushion there because I don't want her all over my chair. And then she's ready to go out to go out. So, yo, what's up, Afro? We're gonna play some Anthem after this. So we got the tortie, the feral cat, the two kittens, and then there's another stray cat that I named Triptychon. The two kittens' name are Rumble and Frenzy, and the tortie's name is Callie. But Triptychon, he's another like black cat that you can't touch. He just runs off. Anytime you get close to him, even if you got food, he doesn't care. That's probably how he stayed alive so long. Uh, you get within 20 yards of him, he just takes off. So, uh, what is the best live action 1980s movie that you've ever watched? I mean, it's hard to like. I would have to go through and think about all the movies, like. But if you put them in genres, like fantasy movie, I know one of my favorite fantasy movies as a kid was Willow. So I did. I watched 2 episodes of that Disney Plus series, and I'm like, this is garbage. This is complete garbage, and I quit watching it. So, and then I guess everyone else thought the same as me. So, and then Disney Plus ended up deleting it off their uh, app. So, I guess other people thought the exact same thing as I did. Uh, but I mean, there's a lot of movies, and there's a lot of franchises I love from the '80s. Like Die Hard's great, uh, like double 007 movies are usually pretty good. Uh, a lot, I would have to look at all of them, and there's too many to really name, to be honest. To just put one favorite, I would have to probably do a favorite genre, but then I would have to pull them all up and look at them all. Uh, yeah, Rumble and Frenzy, dude, and the names they fit because Frenzy is the female and she's crazy, and then Rumble he's just fat and he's because he's fatter he tries to jump from one thing from one counter to another, but he's so fat or for his age and size, he's just too big for what he should be. And so he's got to build up his momentum and he jumps to another table and it's up against a window, but his weight carries him. And so he'll slam into the window. So Rumble fits him. See, I was going to think about doing Ravage because whenever I originally was heading to the shelter, because they're both shelter cats, um, like rescues, uh, we're gonna get the girl, and that's the one like we saw. And was like, we're gonna pick her, go pick her up. As I'm going there, I get a text. It's like, you sure you don't want to get two? You can rescue two. I'm like, do you want two? I was like, if you want to get two, get two. I'm like, okay. So I'll pull it up, and because I had like a backup cat, I guess, because you have the shelter and like I guess they go sometimes they go fast and sometimes they don't. I guess it really depends. I guess black cats not necessarily so much. Um, so they had her, and I already had papers on a male because if I was like I was gonna do another one, it would be a male. I'd want a male and a female. Even though they get spayed and neutered anyway, it's not for like we're breeding cats here or something. Um, but ended up hanging out with both of them, so got them both. And I was just gonna get her and name her Ravage, but since there were two, I was like Rumble and Frenzy. Those names fit. Sticking with Transformers, they're good. So I don't know if I want to open him yet. You guys seen the eel? Oh, you know what? I'm probably not gonna open any more figures, and we'll kind of work on wrapping this up because I didn't notice it has been almost an hour and 45 minutes, and got some other stuff I got to do. So, First Blood is one of your favorite movies of the '80s. Man, it's excellent. So, and we get more people watching it. It's about to end the stream. So, anyways, you can watch in video form if you like. It's just opening figures and talking toys. So, and movies. But I'm gonna end it there, guys. Thanks for watching. It'll be in video form for if you didn't catch the very beginning. If you want to watch that, I might try to do these more often. Uh, Saturdays kind of really hard just because I'm just when I'm getting off and I'll go grocery shopping. By the time that all happens, I've already been up awake for like 20 hours, and I'm just dead tired because I was going to try to do it yesterday, but by the time I got a chance to sit down and do it, it was already 6 p.m. and I had been up for 23 hours at that point. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be dead. So uh, this way I can wake up, take care of a little bit of stuff, chat for probably not 2 hours every time, but maybe about an hour or something like that. We'll see and try to get if you guys have any ideas, like time or dates, that might be best for majority of you, then we can do something like that. I was just like Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That way, if you're going to church or anything like that, then church is let out. You've got something to eat. You can sit down and chill, hang out. That's why I decided to do it at this time. So, but if y'all would like something further on, or on Mondays instead, we can look at doing that, because that day also works with me. And I can do it later in the afternoon, um, or evening, whenever like everybody's majority of people are getting off work. So just let me know. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.